Hello and welcome to day 7 of 40 Days of Habit. And today's word is baby steps. 2 words, technically. Now, those of you who know me and maybe even joined me a few years ago in my 40 Days of Baby Steps program know that this is one of my favourite topics. And for me, baby steps was a necessity because I was in a season in life where I was trying to build a business with 2 young kids, and you know what it feels like when there's just not enough time. Baby steps was the only way I managed to get things done because I didn't have all day. I had snippets, windows in between nap times, in between school runs to be able to get things done. So baby steps for me was the only way to get anything done. It also happens that baby steps are a great way of bypassing or reducing resistance. So we talked yesterday a little bit about why we resist change, why it's hard to change a habit. Baby steps can be a great way to reduce that resistance and to make it easier to take that other path to start to build a new habit and build a new path. So baby steps are great because it reduces the amount of fear that we might have about something. So if you think about, I want to write a book. That's scary. But if it's, I'm just going to write for 10 minutes, or I'm just going to write couple hundred words, then that feels easier, it feels less scary, and so we don't have to deal with our fear quite so much. And it's a good way of tricking ourselves into working. So it's like, I'm not really going to tackle that big scary thing right now, I'm just going to get the file out, or I'm just going to take a quick look, or I'm just going to jot down a couple of ideas. That makes it easier. So how does that relate to your habits? So I love, I'll give you a couple of examples. I love that Ellen said that one of her things was she was going to do 3 planks a day. I love that it's just 3. It's not I'm going to try and do 30, or I'm going to try and do like 2 hours at the gym. It was just 3 planks. That's it. I think somebody, Faith also said 15 minutes of exercise. It's like, 15 minutes feels doable. Start small and we build it up that way. I noticed the other day that a friend of mine is giving up plastic as part of her Lent. And I love that, the idea of using less plastic. Now, when it comes to especially environmental things, and we start to notice all the different ways that we could change that, it's like, that's a lot of things. If you start thinking about all the places where we use plastic, there's a lot of things there. And that can feel like quite a big deal. It's quite a big thing to change. It's like to eliminate all plastic. But if you maybe start with, I'm going to give up buying those 5p bags, or I'm going to give up getting a disposable coffee, I'm going to give up buying bottles of water, and I'm going to carry around a water bottle instead. All of a sudden that makes us small and go, okay, I can do that. I can do that one thing. So if you're feeling particularly resistant to your habit, if you're feeling like it's quite a big thing and it's hard to keep going, then start small. Start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or just start with one thing that feels, oh really, is that it? And then go for it. Commit to doing that and making it easy to start. You can always build it up later if you want to, or you can just keep going with that small thing, because it's amazing the power of marginal gains. It's amazing the cumulative result you see even when you just take a small step each day for 40 days. If you wrote for 500 words a day for 40 days, you would have 20,000 words at the end of it. My first book was only 11,000 words, so that's almost 2 books. So it's amazing how much you can get done in tiny bite-sized steps. And the beauty of it is that you're far more likely to do it. It's all about increasing the doability. So rather than setting your bar high and finding like, I don't even know if I can make it, so am I even going to keep going? Or I start and I'm going all guns blazing for a couple of days and then I run out of energy. So instead of that, start small, take baby steps every day, and just notice your progress.